Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are talking about France. France are looking for skilled labor. They have shortage of skilled labor and they're looking for people who are interested to move to France to fill up that gap. So if you're into the construction sector, if you're into the electricity sector and many others of those skilled labor, I'm going to mention in this video. Those are the people that France is looking for. So basically, if you fill up this position, you're going to be given permanent residency in France. In other words, this is your ticket to move to France legally and to settle in France. So what are you waiting for? So stay tuned because I'm going to talk more about this information. All right, so France is experiencing a critical skilled labor shortages across multiple sectors, including healthcare, construction, and hospitality. They are requiring and estimating around 310,000 additional workers by the year 2026. So this gap is driven by an aging population, declining birth rate, and mismatch between education output and industry need. The reality is most of this university, the kind of education they're teaching people and the kind of demand which is needed out there is a gap. So people have literally degrees, but unfortunately the type of degree you have learned with the type of job which is required outside the university are two different realities. That's the reason why we have this huge shortage of skilled laborers. So, what can they do? The government has come up with this new policy where they're trying to fill up this gap. They're asking for immigrants, whether you're coming from Africa, whichever part of the world you're in, if you have the skills, if you apply for this job, then you have your ticket of migrating to France and settle there while you're filling up this shortage of labor, of skilled labor. So the top sectors facing shortages that I think you need to know so that if you have these skills, please go ahead and apply because France is waiting for you. So the following industries have the most significant difficult recruiting qualified talent. So the sector is healthcare. That is if you're a nurse, caregiver, doctors, France need you. So hey, this is your ticket to move to France. If you're in the construction sector, if you're a builder, carpenter, electrician, France need you. They have a shortage of skilled labor in that sector and they want you. This is your ticket to move to France. Hospitality and tourism. If you are a hotel staff, a restaurant worker, if you're a worker in general, please, in the hospitality sector, France need you. They are waiting for you. Also, we have industrial and manufacturing sector. If you are good at, you have skills in machine operations, operators that is using in the industry, the manufacturing sector. If you're a welder, if you're an IT personnel, then this is an opportunity for you to move to France because they are waiting for you. The jobs are there, they're advertising, and they want you. Transport sector. So if you're a truck driver, really France has a shortage in that area. They also want people in that sector. So guys, I've talked about the sectors that really need you. If you have that area, please, you can move with your family to France and settle in France while you're working. So what is the driving factor? Why are they having this kind of shortage? So the demographic. An aging workforce and low birth rate have reduced the available domestic labor pool. It's true. If a country usually has low birth rate and you see that there's a huge number of aging population, while the number of people giving birth is low, usually there's that gap in the spectrum. So this is what exactly has happened in France. Now you can see literally France are scrambling, trying to fill up this shortage. And for the longest time, France has really been having an issue with allowing immigrants to move to their country because they only feel like the country is overpopulated. But right now, they're saying we need to fill up this gap. So they're talking about it, they have advertised about this. And yes, if you can apply, this is an opportunity for you. Also, this idea of skills mismatch where yes, you're highly educated, but unfortunately the type of education you have gotten from university while the demand for type of jobs which are required outside university are different. That's why we have the skills mismatch. You have learned, for example, you have learned literally, let's say, swimming, while the demand in the market is about technology sector. So there's a mismatch of skills. So who's going to be employed? Of course, they want somebody who's specialized in a particular area where they have a shortage in such an area. So you, on the other hand, you are specialized in a different sector. So there's that mismatch in the market, and that's what is causing this labor shortage in France. And then, of course, low attractiveness. So sectors like constructions and transportation struggle with low job appeal and recruitment difficulty that predate recent crises. Okay, for the longest time, French people, they always look down, or should I say, they usually ignore this sector, construction sector and transportation sector. They look at these jobs as beneath them. They look at this job like it's not worth them, you know. And as a result of that, most French citizens, they don't want to work in those areas. As a result, you find there's a huge labor shortages. That's the reason why France is like realizing, you know what, we need to fill up this gap. Otherwise, the country is going to suffer. Because let's call a spoon or a big spoon, having transportation people is crucial in the economy. Having construction workers is crucial in building new houses, and that is a reality. If there are no construction workers, then there'll be no new buildings, and then people suffer because where are people going to live? Where are people going to stay? There'll be shortages of houses, and as a result of that, it's going to cause a huge problem in the long run for the government of France. That's the reason why they need to fill up this gap as soon as possible. And that's why they're saying, hey, immigrants, if you have these skills, hey, you're welcome to come to work with us, and we'll pay you and we'll give you permanent residency, and you'll stay settled down with your family. So the strategies to address these shortages, and this is how they came about. So to break the gap, France has implemented several measures. International recruitment, this is what they're driving right now. The government updated its shortages occupation list to facilitate easier work permits for over 80 high demand jobs targeting both EU and non-EU nationals. So yes, like I said, they are looking for people, whether you're coming from European Union or outside European Union. As long as you have these skills, believe you me, they want you. So don't hesitate. Apply for that opportunity because you'll be allowed to move in with your family and settle in France. Regulations. Policies are in place to legalize the status of undocumented workers already employed in this critical sector. You see now, why am I saying France have literally changed their policy? They have people who are working in France, but they don't have the right documents. But if they find themselves, they have these certain skills, like you're in the construction sector, you have that skill, or maybe you're a truck driver, you have that skill, and maybe you're in the hospitality sector, you have that skill, or maybe you are in the healthcare sector, you have this skill. Whether you don't have the right documents, as long as you have the right skills, France is ready to give you the documents because you are filling the critical gap that they need in that sector. So they are looking for people. Over 310 vacancies are available for these skilled labor shortages in these sectors that I've talked about in this video. So what are you waiting for? Apply, because now you'll be able to move. So guys, those who are in France and they are undocumented, they just know if you have the right skills, believe me, right now you'll get that document immediately because they want you and you have the necessary skill, because now they look at you as high demand skilled worker and they'll give you all the papers that you want. All right, so we're talking about vocational training. Efforts are focused on upskilling and matching youth education to the actual requirements of the labor market. For the longest time, people have always focused about going to university, get a degree for the longest time. But unfortunately, the vocational training has always been ignored or looked down as beneath people, because you jobs that are dealing with hands, for the longest time people have looked at that sector like as if it's for people who have not gone to school. But the labor market has changed, the job market has changed. You have a huge number of people who have degrees, but the demand for those degrees is very low as compared for the demand of this type of blue collar jobs that people are looking for. And that's the reason why you see there's this market gap in the French government or French country, because for the longest time everybody used to run to go to university while they used to look down on the vocational training. So now, as a result of this huge skill labor gap, France has realized they need to change policy. That's the reason now they are literally investing in the vocational training so that they encourage their citizens, they encourage people to do vocational training because that's where the jobs are. That's where the money is right now because the blue collar job, that's where the demand for jobs are because for the longest time people have run away to the white collar job, forgetting that vocational training, vocational job or blue collar jobs are the ones which are literally helping to run the country. Because everywhere you go, you'll find a truck driver transporting goods and services. Everywhere you go, if you find a construction worker building houses left, right, and center. Everywhere you go, you'll need hotel staff to literally make sure to have a smooth running of restaurants across the country. Where everywhere you go, you'll find people in different sectors are needed, especially in the blue collar sector, because those are the ones who help the country to move forward because they do with the mundane daily tasks that are literally needed to make different sectors to operate smoothly. So there you have it. I've given you all the information. So what exactly are you waiting for? Okay, guys, I've shared with you all the information that you're going to need because I've shown you everything. What you need to do is just apply this knowledge. Go apply for that job on the France website, the government website where they post these jobs. And then if they meet your requirements, if they meet your skills, please apply. Don't miss out because they have that shortage. They have announced, meaning they're looking for you. And when you do get this job, please, I beg you, when you move to that country, follow the rules of the law. Follow the rules of the law. Because at the end of the day, that is what's going to determine whether you're becoming successful or not. Because if you end up breaking the laws, then you definitely they're going to deport you back to your home country. So when you go to a new country, please follow the laws, follow the rules. And when you get that job, please go above and beyond to deliver high quality work so that you secure that work for you. Because that is your ticket for you to settle in that country. Okay? All right. I wish you all the best. I'll be sharing more information about how to migrate in different countries, the type of visa that you need, the type of visa sponsorship job that you're going to need. So yes, my name is Faiza Nishika, and this is Faiza Nishika Travel. Thank you so much, and please subscribe to my channel.